Minnesota's 3rd Congressional District has the highest voter turnout in the nation. Situated in the western suburbs of the Twin Cities, it was solidly Republican until 2018 when Democrat Dean Phillips flipped it to blue.
My job is about listening, and the best way to listen is to go to people, not expect them to come to me.
An heir to the Phillips Liquor Company and adopted grandson of Dear Abby, Phillips made a splash with his quirky government repair truck. Lately, he's been taking 2-hour shifts at companies across the district and going on so-called common ground road trips with Republican congressmen like Dusty Johnson of South Dakota.
That's the antidote to the problem the country's facing right now. We have to create spaces and places and build relationships with people who see things differently. That's what America is about.
Phillips was in the House chamber January 6, 2021.
It was the worst 15 minutes of my life. We thought we were going to be killed, those of us who were trapped in the chamber. I think the greatest national security threat to our country is internal divisions, not our enemies around the world.
He faces a challenge from Republican Tom Weiler, who spent 20 years in the Navy, mostly in the submarine service, rising to the rank of commander.
But unfortunately, about 5 years ago, I was diagnosed with Parkinson's disease. So that was a big curveball, medical curveball for my wife, my family.
The Navy said he couldn't run submarines anymore, but Weiler got one last deployment as the Battle Watch commander for the USS Eisenhower, an aircraft carrier, which is where he saw something that led him to politics.
The morning of May 29, 2020, turned on Armed Forces Network in my stateroom, and out of nowhere, and to my shock and sadness, it was the streets of Minneapolis on fire, 3rd Police Precinct being abandoned. So it was at that moment I decided that if indeed Parkinson's prematurely ended my submarine career, I wanted to return home and run for office.
Weiler's version of the government repair truck is his grandfather's vintage fishing boat. The novice politician said it didn't take long for him to discover what voters in the district care about.
And right now it's inflation first and foremost, followed closely by crime and education. And those are the 3 issues that I want to come to Congress and pragmatically solve problems.
In their debates, the two have sparred about the causes of inflation and how best to show support for police. Phillips feels like he's in a good position because he's been endorsed by the statewide police organization, the MPPOA, and the U.S. Chamber of Commerce. Back to you.
All right. Thanks, John.